Ode to Aptera, the most efficient vehicle on the planet. Aptera cruising, wingless flight. I love Aptera, it feels so right. Glides down the highway, taking off from the sun. No more drilling.
Hello, my name is Rich Rodriguez and welcome to my Aptera journey. This channel is about the thrill of the all-wheel drive Aptera driving down a twisting mountain road, or the exhilaration that you'll feel in the 0 to 60 time of sub 4 seconds. Whew. Or the pleasure of charging your car from the sun, and on some models, up to 1,000 miles of range. First, a little bit about me. I'm an electrical engineer, and I've designed satellite systems for the U.S. Defense Department and cellular radio systems for Sprint. I'm an EV driver with over 100,000 miles of experience. I have an MBA in finance, and I was mentored by an investment banker who taught me how to design a capitalization table leading to an IPO. And in my day job, I underwrite loans up to $10 million, and I analyze financial statements all the time. Before we get going on today's show, I'd like to first shout out to Bill in Georgia. Hey, Bill. Bill is an Aptera enthusiast and an elite member of the Aptera Accelerator program. Bill had recently started a YouTube channel with a name that sounded very similar to mine, which I've been running for 2 years. Bill agreed to change the name of his channel to Chasing Aptera. I'll provide a link down below so you can check out Bill's YouTube channel, Chasing Aptera. Thank you, Bill, and if you're watching, I look forward to meeting you. Now that we're done with the preliminaries, today's video will have 3 parts. Part 1, current financial market conditions, because they matter inasmuch as it will help indicate to us when Aptera will do an IPO, and they will. Part 2, we're going to talk about trading Aptera shares, and yes, you can now trade Aptera shares. Part 3, I'm going to talk about Aptera's recent updated Securities and Exchange Commission filing of Form 1A, POS, or what I call the Preliminary Offering Statement. If you enjoy this show, please click like, please subscribe, it helps a lot, and you'll see a QR code up here. You will receive, by using this link, 30% off your Aptera reservation, and I'll receive a referral. Thank you. For every 10th referral, I'm going to grab a name from the comments in the videos and send someone a small gift, a token of my appreciation for your referrals. And there's only one more referral until that next 10th rolls over. So thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing those referrals. So let's get right to it. We have a lot to discuss today. Part 1, current financial market conditions. Markets have relaxed some as it senses we are near the end of the interest rate increase regime as part of the Federal Reserve's program to fight inflation. Former Fed Chair Ben Bernanke said recently that we'll see a very modest increase in unemployment and a slowing of the economy. I say it remains to be seen just how slow the economy will be. If history is a guide, and given the extent of the yield curve inversion, I expect we're going to see a very nasty recession. Seemingly as witness to that thought, more Americans are getting turned down for car loans, according to recent Federal Reserve data. And what do people in the know know? A partner at Cleary Gottlieb, a top law firm for corporate bankruptcies, recently said, you're going to see a lot of defaults. And we're seeing defaults now in commercial real estate. And credit card defaults are also increasing. And Barry Sternlish, Starwood Capital Group chairman and billionaire investor, said this: a Category 5 hurricane credit storm may result in 400 or 500 banks that could fail. But alas, the next Fed increase will likely be the last. We shall see how long it takes to get back to 2% inflation. Inflation, like prices, tends to be sticky. Yes, it's not a good time to go public, but it's a great time to start and grow a sustainable, orientated startup like Aptera Motors as a long-term investment in the future. Part 2. Trading of Aptera shares. Yes, you can now trade Aptera shares. If you have purchased shares from the company either through a recent crowdfunding round or as a qualified investor and have been issued stock certificates, you can now buy or sell shares on the computer share platform. How does this work? First, you have to register and verify your personal information on the computer share platform, and then you're in. Generally speaking, buying shares in a private company like Aptera Motors, they're not public yet, they haven't had their IPO yet. Buying shares in a private stock company like Aptera Motors, you're generally going to need to identify and contact shareholders and then make an offer for the shares. It's possible that you will not receive a satisfying offer. This is a highly illiquid market with limited trading, and so expect significant differences in trade prices. But you can trade Aptera shares. Fact, I received an offer to buy 1,000 Aptera shares via Facebook Messenger. We went back and forth on pricing, but I opted at the end of the day not to consummate that particular transaction. I will report back to you on this trading platform in the future. And if you have made a trade on the computer share platform of Aptera Motors stock, please write some comments down below. We would all love to hear about your experiences. Part 3. Aptera files an updated Securities and Exchange Commission Form 1A POS, or what I call the Preliminary Offering Statement. In my last video, I shared with you that on June 30th, just over a fortnight ago, Aptera Motors increased the amount of shares that they were offering under the Reg D private placement exemption from 2 million to 20 million. So I expect to see a lot of activity in the private placement area from qualified investors and institutional investors. That's my hunch. We're going to see a lot of money flow into the private placement. Now, on July 20th, just a few days ago, Aptera Motors published on the Securities and Exchange Commission website an updated Form 1A preliminary offering circular, what I call preliminary offering statement. And the POS has a lot of information in it, but here's what I think you would like to know. About $39 million worth of shares are going to be offered. Recall, as I mentioned a moment ago, that the Reg D private placement is going to have a $20 million cap. And this institutional investors and qualified investors. I interpret this to mean that of the $39 million now being raised, up to $20 million will be through the Reg D route. The shares are still going to be priced at $10.50 a share. This means this is not a Series C round. Aptera Motors is still in the Series B round. Shares will be available on the Republic platform at $210 minimum investment or $1,000 elsewhere, likely on Aptera's website. Some other observations on the Form 1A. Through June 13th, the company raised a total of $39.4 million through the sale of shares. Additionally, at the time of the SEC filing, the company had $10.8 million in cash. I view this as favorable as it represents prudent management of resources. If you like this show, click like, please subscribe, and as I mentioned up here, there's a QR code where you can get 30% off your $100 refundable deposit for your Aptera. It helps me a lot. And as I mentioned, every 10th referral I receive, I'm going to select somebody and send them a small token of my appreciation. Thank you. And that's pretty much today's show, friends. Now, I normally have been uploading and sharing a video once a month, but I won't in August. I'm getting married. Family coming in from Japan, family coming in from the United Kingdom. I'm going to be busy in August. So I look forward to seeing you again soon, but likely not in August. Until then, my wish for you is to be well, do good work, and charge on.
Cruising, wingless flight. I love Aptera, it feels so right. The future is now. Protect Mother Earth. Keep her healthy for what it's worth. What's your pleasure, lunar or solar? Let's save the planet, we're on a roll. Glides down the highway, taking off from the sun. No more drilling, can't you see? We're done. Aptera, join the fight.